This is the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Remember back in the day when you knew it was your friend's birthday the following day and you would wait till midnight and write this extravagant text message to them, praising them, bringing up old memories, your favorite times together, some inside jokes. You'd say, I love you so much. And nowadays, it's too overwhelming with Facebook. There's way too many. There's like 6 people I know that have a birthday today, so I just write like HBD.
Keep it super short.
I miss those days, though.
I never had those days.
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 23, and by that time I missed the writing my friend a long text to wish them a happy birthday.
You also are bad at responding to people who wish you a happy birthday. I actually had one of my girlfriends say, Ryder never wrote me back when I said happy birthday to him.
I didn't realize I was supposed to text everyone back.
Of course you do.
No.
Yes, at least like it.
It all seems a little fake. I like the sharing the memories. That one I like.
But nobody has time for that anymore.
You're such a king. You're such a kind soul.
I like it.
Well,
anyway.
then you keep writing people back.
Well, that's what I'm going to be busy doing over here for the next little bit. So if it's just a solo show for the next while, it's because I'm writing long-winded text messages to 6 different people
to
today.
all the different birthday folks.
Yeah.
Well, I guess back in the day, you didn't know whose birthday it was unless you were really close with them.
Also that.
And now you see everyone, like that girl you went to junior high with for 1 year before she moved.
The other day, I wished a happy birthday to someone I met in a bar bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much. There is a house for sale that looks like it could have some ghosts. It's right beside Daryl Cates's house, the owner of the Oilers and Rexall Pharmacy Group. Anyway, the house beside it looks like a peanut in comparison, but it's still worth $4 million. Like, it's a massive, massive home.
Yeah, so it's a few minutes away from the Valley Zoo, and it's going for $4 million, 8 Valley View Avenue. And it's so funny because I'm just looking through the pictures of it, and I want to look at the house, but I can't help but direct my eyes to Daryl's house that's like swallowing all of the attention, like taking up so much space in all of these pictures.
Yeah.
What does he need all that space for?
Keeping up with the Joneses, how hard that would be if Daryl Cates was the Joneses. You know what I mean?
I don't know who the Joneses are.
You don't know the expression keeping up with the Joneses?
No. Is that a family?
It's an expression that means like everybody tries to keep up with their neighbors.
I've never heard
It's like probably one of the most famous sayings of all time.
Okay, well, I've never owned a house.
Yeah, it's not just owning a house. Keeping up with the Joneses could be like you want to have a locker that's decorated as thoroughly as your locker neighbor.
I can almost guarantee you that half the people listening have never heard that.
A quick poll.
Quick poll.
It's going to be like 98% of people know this, at least.
No, it's not. I've never heard that in my life.
Keeping up with the Joneses, you've never heard.
I've heard of keeping up with the Kardashians.
That's where the expression came from. That's why they named it that.
So the Kardashians came after?
Yes! Keeping up with the Joneses is like 180 years old.
Well, who are they?
It's just a family, a hypothetical family who like is a little bit ritzier than you. And so you always feel like you need to keep up with the Joneses.
Got it.
Anytime you're competing with someone, you could have a kid on your hockey team that has nicer skates than you, and you could want to keep up with the Joneses.
Please text in. We're doing a quick poll. Have you heard that phrase before?
Put it on Twitter. That's where this has to go.
Well, no, the text line's blown up.
And?
Well, I can't read it very well. It's far away. I don't have my glasses.
You're wearing glasses right now.
Okay.
And you're not sitting far away from your computer at all. We came to the wild realization that Lisa doesn't know what keeping up with the Joneses is.
I've never heard it before in my life. I haven't.
You've definitely heard it, but you probably just didn't register what it was referring to.
Well, growing up, my neighbors and I always got along, so I didn't have to know it, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. What's up?
Keeping Up with the Joneses, they even made a movie of that.
What movie?
It was called Keeping Up with the Joneses. And it was, literally, they made a movie of it. And I'd say about 10 years, 14 years ago.
Well, what rock have I been living under?
A big one.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, I've got some other famous idioms.
Let's hear them.
See if you've heard these before.
Okay, Yeah, I need to redeem myself because like everyone on the text line's making fun of me except for Allie. Allie and I are the only ones that have never heard Keeping Up with the Joneses.
By the skin of your teeth?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Beat around the bush?
Yeah, heard it.
Bite the bullet?
Yeah,
Cry over spilled milk?
yeah,
Cost an arm and a leg?
yeah,
Better late than never?
yeah.
A blessing in disguise? Once in a blue moon?
Yes,
Actions speak louder than
Yes.
words? Add insult to injury?
yes,
Barking up the wrong tree?
yes.
Call it a day?
Uh-huh.
Cut somebody some slack?
Yep,
Get a second wind?
Mhm.
Back to the drawing board?
Yep.
Through thick or thin?
yes,
Hold your horses?
100%.
All right, well, Keeping Up with the Joneses is in the same list as those really famous ones. Just saw a picture of Banff, the ski hill. I don't know if it was sunshine or what, but looks awesome.
Looks fresh.
Yeah, it's just such an exciting time of year for people that partake
Oh,
in
yeah.
skiing and snowboarding.
I'm so jealous of anyone that's good at it because I'm terrified of heights, so I've always struggled with the chairlift and
You've gone on a chairlift before,
yes,
though?
yeah, but it was a horrible experience.
So you just went up once and then came down, or did you like try to ski for a full day?
I went up once and then I hit the chalet and just ate poutine and drank beer for the rest of the day, which was great.
Always an awesome option,
Yeah.
actually. The chalet is a very good time.
I don't know if food tastes better anywhere else.
It's interesting, too, because, like, I realized as I got older that I like the breaks more than I do the actual skiing. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm almost at the half hill chalet. Here we go. And I'd get, like, more excited for that than what I paid a lot of money to do. But, yeah, the chalet is pretty dope. Growing up, like, it was by far the best experience ever. You'd go up to the mountains. I'd get put in ski school all day, and then you'd have like a competition at the end of the day.
Oh, what? Yeah, my parents never did stuff like that.
So awesome.
The only time I learned how to ski or snowboard was when, like, elementary, you'd go for a field trip.
Sure.
And then we would just be on the bunny hill trying to learn, and I hated it.
Some kid from your class would just wear his jeans,
Yeah.
get really wet, be super cold on the way home on the bus, and you're like, well, why didn't you wear ski pants, Clinton?
I was so bad at pizza French fry. I could barely do that.
Aw.
Yeah.
Why? Bad knees?
Yeah, I've just always had, like, bad knees, shin splints,
You know
weak
what
ankles.
Now, please don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like maybe you just need to be a bit more aggressive.
Well, you know how, I don't know if ski hills still have it, but you would grab the little T-bar thing.
Yeah.
And you'd grab onto that. I almost like popped out my shoulder as a kid. So,
You're supposed to stick it in between your legs and like sit and ride it.
see,
up,
I grabbed
though.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Anyway.
You're that kid on the hill for sure. And everybody's like, oh God, I'm not going behind Lisa on the T-bar.
Seriously. No, I'm super jealous of anyone that loves skiing, snowboarding, goes every year. I wish, because it does look super refreshing, great to be outdoors. Be alone and kind of just glide down the hill must be unreal. Listen to your favorite playlist.
Oh, if you can catch like a fresh POW day.
Oh, wow.
And it's just you up there. Like it feels like you
Heaven. Literally.
It's like, how am I experiencing this right now? That's how surreal it feels. Like when you're above the clouds.
Have you ever seen the movie Frozen? Not the Disney one.
There's another movie called Frozen.
There's this movie called Frozen. I'm going to ruin skiing, snowboarding for you. And somehow there's 3 maybe people, maybe 2 on a chairlift, and then it stops. And then everyone that works at the ski hill goes home for the day and don't realize that there's still 2 people on the chairlift.
Oh, boy.
And then one of them falls and breaks their legs and then gets eaten by wolves. And then the other one is just like left up there. And I don't remember if the movie just ends. But anyway.
Are you sure that's not the Disney one? We were at the Oilers game last night. It ended up on Amazon Prime. That's where the game was watchable.
Yeah, all of a sudden, both of our phones just started going crazy, getting all these texts with screenshots. I'm like, why were we on the screen? They were doing a little segment about Mark Messier, and we were sitting right above his name that's written in Rogers Place.
Mm-hmm.
So they did like a slow zoom on you and me, and I'm not happy about it.
No, you look like a thumb with lipstick on it.
It's the worst angle of me I've ever seen. I genuinely look like a toe. And all these people sending screenshots of me. I'm like, I don't need to know about this. I do need to know if you're going to have me on camera, though. Could we have gotten a heads up? Hey, you're sitting right above the Marc Messier sign. We're doing a segment on this. Can you maybe just make sure that like your jawline's a little bit more snatched?
You think they're going to tell everybody who ends up on screen and give them a heads up of when the cameras might go to them? It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But I was probably tagged in that picture of me 35 times last night. I was like, enough.
Yeah, people were tweeting it. I'm surprised you weren't trending. I don't quite understand what you're doing with your face in it.
Me neither.
Like
Why am I smiling with all my teeth showing?
My guess is I just said something hilarious, and you were laughing really hard.
We look like two completely different people in this. You look uninterested in anything that was going on, most likely because the Oilers were losing.
Mm-hmm.
And I look like I'm having the best time of my life by myself, smiling, all teeth out.
Chin
The
sucked
chin.
in.
Yeah, like, you know when you laugh so hard that you get that double chin? That's me in this screenshot. I hate it.
And like thousands and thousands of people.
Oh, yeah.
Because at least 100 people texted us or tagged us in the post. So you just think of how many people noticed us and didn't tag it, but they're like, what the hell's wrong with Lisa?
They're like, what's that poor girl? That tragic zoom in. It's so bad.
Your lipstick is so like vibrant in it, too.
I didn't even realize I was wearing lipstick.
Yeah, you went for it.
Oh, I thought I was just wearing like a tinted chapstick, but oh my gosh, I look like Miss Piggy.
Looks like you're in your goth stage almost. Anyway, shout out to anybody who tagged us in that. Keep it going.
Thanks. No.
Did it help a little bit when you came home and there was a shot of Taylor Swift in the crowd and it was a really bad angle of her too?
Yes, and she was also wearing lipstick.
Right.
So we actually did a side-by-side. We're going to post it on our socials right away here. So you can let us know in the comment section like who had a worse sports cameo.
Cameo, yeah. There's a new ABC version. Have you heard this?
No. What are you talking about?
Like the ABC song, they've changed it.
Why would they change something that's perfect? Who's they?
I don't know. It's just like taking off now. Apparently they're teaching this in some schools. I feel like this is what happens at the PD days. All these PD days that teachers get where they're looking for something to do.
No, they're
and
busy.
They reinvent the wheel that nobody asked for.
No. All right, quick poll. Kindergarten teachers listening right now. Do you do a new version of the ABCs or do you do it the same way people have been doing it for decades?
You're going to hate this. Are you ready?
Yes.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
What's good so far?
H, I, J, K, L, M, N.
What?
O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
You know what? It's actually easier to memorize.
Why?
Because LMNOP is probably hard for people when you're that young. I mean, we crushed it, but I kind of see where they're coming from.
Well, why don't they just rearrange the letters then when they get bored next time?
Nobody's getting bored, Ryder. They're actually overworked.
I understand that when the kids are in school, but there are a lot of PD days.
You're just mad because you can't find a babysitter.
My daughter's got Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Monday I understand, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
They're writing new ABCs.
No, they aren't.
It's Play 107 with Ryder and Lisa. We played the new version of the ABCs. I don't know who's actually using this. I don't think it's like making a big appearance in schools yet.
No, we have some teachers texting in saying, no, they do it the OG way. They're teaching kids to do it the way that we learned. And someone else made a valid point on the text line saying it's probably just some influencer on YouTube trying to make some money and get some views on their video because it reached us.
It's working.
We watched it.
Kaylee sent us a picture of her toddler, very confused.
Listening to it? Like, wait, that's not how it goes.
Listening to it and saying, this is not the ABCs. Should we play it again just because it's so messed up?
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, XYZ.
No,
I hate it.
it's just so
Although,
strange to hear.
Amanda wrote in saying she kind of likes it as a teacher because a lot of her students think LMFAO? No, that's a band. Wait,
a lot of
what am I
kids,
trying to say? Hold on.
a lot of kids really like to crank up party rock anthem.
Hold on. What is it? LMNOP.
Yeah.
Think it's one letter.
Right.
LMFAO. I'm dead. Anyway, we also want to take this moment for Ryder to apologize because
What?
you need to let all of the teachers know that are listening that you were kidding earlier.
They know that I was kidding.
Well,
I said that there's so many PD days now that they're scrambling for things to do, and that's why they invented a new ABC.
But you
of
need to
course,
say-
I'm kidding.
but some people don't know that you're kidding.
And like teachers, I've often made very strong statements about how the class sizes are insane and they deserve all of their days off.
Okay, good.
Because I can't imagine. Can you having
No.
35 or 40 kids in a classroom?
No.
And the EAs are on strike notice, as far as I know right now. Still,
Kids aren't listening either.
so yeah, no. Shout out to the teachers. You do great work. We did get a few texts of people that were mad at me, but I explained to them personally that I was just kidding.
I got so mad at Ryder off air. I said, but think of all the teachers that aren't texting in. They're mad at you. Not anymore, though. You apologized.
Yeah, and I should be able to make a joke about PD days,
Fine.
right?
Yes. What do I know?
Just like the teachers' convention. How they all just go get wasted
No,
together.
they don't.
$1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Jaden, who's driving from St. Albert. That's nice and close to Out of Bounds Restaurant. If you haven't tried their menu before, highly recommend it. Jaden, are you ready to potentially win $1,000 before you get to work?
Yes, I am ready.
All right.
Here's how the game works. You're going to choose a teammate, either Lisa or myself, who will leave the room. We're going to give you 5 words, 25-second timer. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in. They'll play the same game, and for every answer that links up, you get $25. If you hit them all, it's $1,000. Hopefully you can do better than yesterday where we got 0.
Yeah, that wasn't
I know.
wasn't
Don't put me
ideal.
on the wall of shame.
Okay, hopefully no wall of shame today, Jaden. You've been listening for, 2.5 years, never gotten through before, so the pressure's on. Who's your teammate?
I'm going to go with Ryder.
Okay. Bye, Ryder.
Good luck, Jaden.
Yep.
You got this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys seem like a good team. All right, I'm going to start your 25-second timer after the first word. What comes to mind when I say left?
Right.
Poppy.
Red.
Compost.
Smelly.
Sink.
Dishes.
Candle.
Light.
And what did you say for poppy?
Red.
Nice. All right. Still had at least 5 seconds left on the clock. Let's get Ryder back in the studio. Great job. Pressure's off for you. And all eyes are on Ryder.
She crushed it?
Oh, it was so good.
I'm ready.
What comes to mind when I say left?
Right.
No wall of shame today.
Yeah. That's a win.
Sink.
SINK? Sink.
Do you want me to come back to this one?
Yeah.
Candle.
Wax?
Light.
Oh,
No.
Okay, we can go with sink now.
Yep,
I'll say
let's-
wash.
Dishes.
Close. Same idea.
Yeah, same idea.
Compost.
Food?
Smelly.
Oh, boy.
Last but not least, come on. Bring it home. $50. It'll pay for Jaden's lunch. Comes to mind when I say poppy.
Veteran?
Red.
Okay.
You know, I really
No
thought
wall
that
of
you...
shame.
Honestly, I thought you guys would be a good team. Turns out I was wrong.
Have you ever cut corners and had it go wrong? When you're trying to be lazy and it's just a really ineffective option for you?
Okay. Like, for example, deciding to go through the drive-thru because you're lazy to get out of the vehicle, but then it takes twice as long. You see somebody go in and out with an order,
Perfect example.
and you haven't even gotten up to the speaker yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think everybody tries to cut corners sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then it goes miserably. I've done some stand-up before that I wasn't totally prepared for. And like halfway through the set, I'm like, oh, they're not laughing. And if I wouldn't have cut the corners and I would have spent more time writing, I think I probably would have been all right.
You actually fascinate me when it comes to stand-up because I've done stand-up as well and stressed about it, practiced all day, every day for like 3 months leading up to the event.
Mm-hmm.
And you, like 2 days before, are like, oh, I should probably write something. I'm like, what? How do you memorize that and go up there and just wing it?
I still have a bunch of stuff that's already memorized, but I write a bunch of specific stuff for the events that I do.
Oh, man. It stresses me out.
When I forget to do that, it doesn't go well. So that's when cutting corners goes wrong.
By the way, Ryder's opening for Pauly Shore.
Sure am. I think that's sold out, though.
Oh, is it?
I've got some other dates coming up.
Okay.
I can let you know about if you're interested, though.
Never mind then. Sorry.
Asking you about times you've tried to cut corners and it's gone poorly for you. Erin says she skipped packing a lunch because she was being lazy. She told her husband that she was going to attempt fasting that day, and that's why she didn't pack a lunch. Ended up eating a 2,400 calorie lunch instead with my coworkers, she says. So that's trying to cut corners and it going poorly. Okay, that's a good one.
Classic.
Brent says, I tried ironing my shirt while I was wearing it. My wife told me not to. I did anyway. I burnt my shirt and my chest. Times you cut corners and it goes poorly.
I always find that when I'm stuck in traffic, I'm like, oh, I'll just take this next right and I'll figure out a way to get home. And then I always end up at a dead end or like I have to turn around and it takes me twice as long. So it never ends up working out for me. And I don't know if it's just like I'm bad at direction, but I've lived in Edmonton my whole life. So you think I'd know better.
That's so funny. And I'm just picturing you looking like Austin Powers when he's trying to turn that machine around in that thin hallway.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
This time of year can be a little bit tricky. You got to give yourself some extra time when commuting. Driving kind of sucks. Getting cold sucks for some, right? It's just kind of a miserable time. But it is your favorite time of year.
Well, this month in particular, yes. I love a good mustache paired with a poppy and a pea coat. Maybe a nice scarf.
Do you ever get food in your mustache?
Not my mustache.
Oh.
Movember.
Yeah, a lot of mustaches out there. You got to keep that upper lip warm, right?
Exactly. And it's great to raise awareness for men's health.
And money. That Movember has been one of the most successful, unique fundraisers year after year, too. Like, I think it's lost a little bit of momentum.
A little bit, yeah.
But they still just raise a pile of money.
You recently got your colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And how was that experience for you, for anyone listening that has been holding off booking it? Because you're supposed to book it as soon as you turn 40. Is that how it works?
Well, I think 45 is when they say, but I mean, to tiptoe around some of the details, I just was a little bit concerned that there could have been an issue down there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had kind of an ache.
Okay.
Almost in my backside. And I didn't quite know what it was. So I went to my doctor and I said, like, I'm pretty stressed about this. I think about it more than I should. And he goes, all right, well, I can give it a check. Or if you want to get a colonoscopy, you can.
Let's get it done, yeah.
And, like, how amazing is it that we have a healthcare system that I know that it struggles right now, but where you don't have to all of a sudden pay $3,000 or $5,000 because you think something might be wrong. Like, people wouldn't do that in the States. Right. Whereas I had the ability to just go and get some peace of mind. And they found a couple polyps that they weren't real concerned about, but they got rid of them while I was under.
Yeah, I have something similar coming up, like a surgery, like a proactive surgery.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely nervous about it, but same thing, like very thankful to be able to get on top of it before it gets too serious. And I was reading up on Reddit, just like other people's experience with this certain procedure, and a lot of people in the States saying like, yeah, I paid the $1,200 to get put to sleep for it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't have to pay that.
Right. Yeah. So go and get checked if you're concerned about something. I mean, I think a lot of men are embarrassed to ask
But these doctors,
questions.
like, they look at butts all day. This is nothing to them.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Nurses don't care.
Right. So yeah, go and ask those questions if you're concerned about it. If you've been waiting a while, I know that like I have a friend of a friend who had issues and was too anxious or embarrassed to go and get checked.
Okay.
And it turned into something that is very, very serious for him to deal with now.
Oh, no.
And he knew for years that he probably should go. And it's just such a weight off of your shoulders to just go. So
Yeah.
I know that a big part of Movember is to have these conversations with your guy friends. Like, for men to talk about this kind of thing and to go get checked, because they don't often, and we lose so many young, healthy, awesome dads and brothers and uncles because they're
too proud
to
just don't think about booking that appointment, right? And I do feel like we're all so busy in our day-to-day lives that you have to be proactive with booking appointments. Otherwise, it'll never happen. Because I was so busy for the past couple of years that I couldn't believe I went 2 years without getting a pap smear.
Right.
My doctor's like, oh, you haven't been in 2 years. I was like, what? So just having that, like even a reminder in your calendar to take care of yourself. Your mustache looks good, by the way.
The Ryder and Lisa Podcast. Play 107.